Hey y'all, it's Venus Friday and I'm Segment L. Every Friday, I try to create a conversation concerning sensuality, spirituality, and sexuality, and where it all intersects. Sometimes it's precautionary, sometimes advisory. And then, like tonight, it's going to be a quick conversation. So, I want to tell you about the week that I had in the social media atmosphere. Okay, and let's just go in. So, tonight's theme of conversation is going to be fine wine. And that's because, I'm 37, I'm single. And when I say single, that implies that I do not have any children and I don't have a partner. However, I want to start dating and not necessarily dating for marriage, but I want to start to feel sexy, like going out. And I'm not the type of person that likes to go out all the time by myself in adult environments, like adult venue environments. I don't know why. It just makes me feel very uncomfortable. However, I do want to explore dating, right? And so earlier this week, I was watching a video of someone in her 20s talk about how women should be wearing makeup all the time. She went on to say that, especially women over 35 and in their 40s, they need to be wearing makeup because their skin looks the worst. It's drying out, it looks ghastly, and all of this, right? So I made a post on Threads, and I had some feedback, and it just really made me feel like, what do you do? And I want to have this conversation with my community. What do you do, or how do you make yourself feel sexy? Not beautiful, not confident, right? Because, well, beauty and confident is all into the sex appeal of a woman. But what do you do intentionally to lift up your sexual, divine, feminine energy? Now, this is a spiritually based conversation, so there are a lot of things that I know to do. Some that have to do with intercourse and some that don't, just to stir up that sacral Shakti, root chakra energy. But if you are over 35, and I want to just say that I just started transitioning into perimenopause this summer. So, like, my sex drive is where it's never been. It's to infinity and beyond. And I'm not currently having sex, but if I was, I probably would be pregnant right now. So for me, I wanted to start wearing makeup because after this breakup that I had told you all about, and briefly, right? It's nothing to go into. It was a breakup. Somebody I love deeply. We broke up. Things ended. But I wanted to start to feel beautiful. You know what I mean? I wanted to start to feel like there is a certain persona that I want to intentionally attract suitors. And I want to be marketable with my appeal. Now, there's certain things that I'm working on in my life. I'm not ready for a relationship, but while I'm stabilizing, that doesn't mean that I don't want to go out on a date. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that does not mean that I do not want to be fine and seen as somebody's fine ass auntie, because that type of energy, that consumption, is what draws the power of the divine feminine into her sexual goddess self. And that's just what I need right now. I really need that. And so I want to learn how to apply makeup. I want to start dressing a certain type of way. But there are some challenges that I'm having. And so I remember a time when, someone I used to cohabitate with, he was telling me that, your problem with finding your sexual identity is that you're very passive all the way down to your lingerie. Like, you don't even own lingerie. I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, say panties. I was like, what am I gonna say panties for? Like, I have drawers on. He was like, exactly. That's the problem. If you were to have a collection of lace underwear or pretty panties, you would start to feel this sensual sexual energy that you're looking to have, and then we together, talking about you and I, wouldn't have to make a journey out of it all the time. And, this was a conversation that happened 8 or 9 years ago. However, 8 or 9 years later, I just started to have a collection of pretty panties. And I'm finding that I'm really mad at myself that I waited so long to find this aspect of my femininity. There were certain trauma areas that I did have to develop from and grow out of because of you know, psychological, emotional, and sexual abuse. And I had to build myself into my own comfort. And so for me at one point, dressing a certain way, tomboy chic or just like a hobo bum, because I just was very, drabby. I was just cloaked in heaviness because that was my emotional state. And now that I'm healed, I've worked through my shadow self, I have given myself permission to feel my feels. I'm like, hey, hey, how you doing? And so I just wanted to have this conversation and ask you, sis, hold on. Being that we're older, what do you do? How do you take care of your pretty kitty? What do you do to inspire your own sexual self? Now, there are plenty of things that I've done, and I'm going to give you a list of things that I've done because it might be something you might want to incorporate in your life. Me, myself, I'm just at a very stuck place, a stalemate because I just don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? So for me, the things that I have done to intentionally wake up my sexuality, I have done nude yoga, me and my big behind, yes. I've done nude yoga in the park. What have I've taken a pole dancing class, but I have vertigo and that did not end well. I had a wellness lounge where yoni steams was the primary focus for a while. So, of course, steams and herbs to kind of clear any blockages and wake up my reproductive area. That's always, let me tell you, if you have not done a yoni steam, oh my God, today, sister, my God, today. It's worth it. Just one time. Just one time. You might feel uncomfortable, but it's just one time. Okay. Of course, Brazilian waxing. That's always fun. What else? I've done deep erotic, deep stretch erotic classes. That was kind of God, China's everywhere. That was different. Oh, we were clothed. But and of course, did I say getting a Brazilian wax? I put everybody onto that. So those are the things that you can do, of course, externally. But as I'm getting older, and I didn't know I was an older woman till like 2 weeks ago. I didn't know 37 was an older woman. Damn, I didn't know that. So I feel a type of way about that. But tell me, what do you do to when you're intentionally trying to raise your vibration? Now, listen, I will tell y'all some more, but y'all, we don't know each other like that yet. Okay, there are other classes and other communities that I am or have been a part of in my past where I am more liberated to share my sexual identity and frequency in a non judgmental environment. And I don't have any shame about anything that I've done because as an adult, I have done what I felt I wanted to experience. And as a woman, especially as we get older, one of the things that I'm learning is that worship to the temple of the goddess is an amazing attribute that people outside of yourself can paying tribute to you. It's a beautiful thing when you learn how to siphon energy and add that energy, that frequency to the vibration of your countenance, how you move, how you speak, and all these different things. It's just, for me right now, I'm trying to find this look. For me, I think reconfiguring my personal aesthetic is something that's going to be orgasmic for me. I need a new hair color, a new, style profile, and applying makeup. So let me know if this conversation should be continued. What do you do as an older woman to continue to be fine wine? And I love you, and I'll see you next time.